Okie dokie. All right, you guys, let me see here. Give me a moment. 1 second. I am still trying to get away from TV here. Hold on. I'm on. Hold on. I'm coming, guys. All right. I believe we are live. All right, come on in here. Come on. Come on. Oh, he doesn't want to come in. Hi, you guys. Once again, I've my timing has not been really good. There's a lot of shifts here for me, as far as what I want to cover and what is being pushed for me to cover. What does that mean? Um, Here I have a presentation, 75-page presentation, and I really am trying to focus in on um, showing you the different families that show me elements all day long. Come on, out, out, out. No, here, come in. No, no, no. Come in. Wait 1 second, you guys. Hold on. Okay. I'm trying to focus in on the families, right? And I can, and of course, I work by spirit and I work by allowing myself to follow where I'm supposed to go because I try to follow it. I'm keeping pushed back towards Don Wells and Candace and the carnival and their house and their construction. I keep being pushed back to Jody Sue Brown, her old videos. I keep being pushed back to um, Voices Behind the Wall and their interviews with Don. Like these are the things that I keep being pushed back to, meaning as I'm trying to get through this, that's where I keep going. And I'm trying to understand why. And I think I'm putting too much pressure on myself because I'm really trying to get through um, this presentation because I see the families within the YouTube channels as very important vehicles to getting information. So that's why I just saying going on and then I don't go on. But here I am, and I'm going to try to stay focused, but I'm going to mix it up a little bit, right? So, with that being said, welcome on into WCIA Network, where everything I do and say falls under Section 107, the Copyright Act 1976. This is for educational entertainment purposes only, right? So, Hi Muffin Top, for those who don't know, is my mod. And I've got my members here and my subscribers. Welcome on in. And nothing but love. How are you? I saw that you gave a membership, so thank you very much for gifting that. I am Bernie. Hi. Yeah, I saw that. So really amazing. That's great. So appreciative. Crystal, Liz, Vanessa, Ripple, long hair. How are you? Yells. Let me go through this. Um, So we have a lot to cover, and I'm going to mix it up, and I'm not really quite sure. I may have to change the introduction, like the description of my live tonight, depending on which direction this takes me, to tell you the truth. Um, yeah, I think oh, hi Colleen. I'm trying to make sure I call out you guys. Okay. So as I go through my old photos, I try to go into my files and just allow myself to go wherever I'm supposed to go. And this presentation here that you see is 74 pages. When I allow myself freely to go into my spirit guides and to allow them to direct me, they're not as strong as to direct me towards the families, because the families show information that backs up what I'm saying. So the families show information, that's what I'm saying, that back up the stories that come to me. So, hi, D. Hicks, how are you? Um, Thank you for those kind words. Thank you. So, I am not saying that the big, huge families on YouTube have anything to do with it. It's not about them. I'm using their information to show you the stories about the children. They have it loud and clear to me. That does not mean that you see what I see. You may not see anything that I'm talking about. You may be like, I don't see one damn thing she's talking about. That's okay, because it's the stories that I'm speaking, and I'm using these images as like a vehicle for the words to come through. This channel, actually, my kids love this channel. They're like, what are you doing watching? What are you doing with this channel? I'm like, I'm just using them as a guide. They're like, oh my God, Mom. They all look like summer moon wells to me. This isn't summer, but when I look at it, I see summer and I see her story. So that's when I am pushed to use these channels as a vehicle, right? So when I see this within their videos, this white face in the front, I see the story of the children. I see the sacrifice is real. I see that my stories exist out there right now as we sit here and try to give these children justice. These kids are being forced to obey by the rules of the directors. These kids dance, they dress up, they're sold, and it is all videotaped. And Summer Moon Wells is the perfect poster child to the kids that they select. I'm going to say something um, that I believe to be true. And I believe that there are children that have disabilities, and there are many Down syndrome children. There are many children that they have marked as broken. They have marked as no good. Every child has a reason to be on the face of this earth. These children that I see within the Summer Moon Wells faces are those of Down syndrome children. I see children that are beneath the child in which we're looking at. So what that means is, what I'm telling you is, I do hear and understand this to be real and true for the children that don't have a voice, many of which don't have a voice, and the parents got rid of them, and the parents are the ones who sold them. So when I look at something like this, I see a mask and I see Down syndrome children and children with disabilities, and that's all I could say. I think that this is a part of the Summer Moon Wells story that needs to be shared and it needs to be heard. I know that this is the truth because my whole body is filling with tears, and I feel it in my face and I feel it in my eyes. One of the Summer Moon Wells, as Candace, I believe, knows, had learning disabilities, had something that they mark as evil or sinned, or what did Lori Vallow call them? It's not coming to me. Demons or something. They're talking about the children that are not being recognized, but their faces are beneath the ones that I see on YouTube channels. So please understand what I'm telling you. I, by no means, am saying that this is the family I'm talking about. It is not. These channels are giving me the opportunity, zombies, thank you, Ripple, giving me the opportunity to tell the story for these children that are Down syndrome children. I just keep saying Down syndrome, but I think that they have other disabilities that for some reason or another, they were brainwashed to think that these children had to be sacrificed. And when I look at this family's videos, trust me when I say I wish I didn't see it. I really did not ask for this. I didn't wake up one day and say, show me this sick ass fucking shit. It showed itself to me. And I don't like to see this stuff. Thank you for that affirmation. When I look at something like this, again, it tells me the story of Summer Moon. It tells me that Summer was used and sacrificed for the resurrection and went back into the earth, and she is within the leaves. I see this exact situation. It just really resembles and reminds me that the Wells property and by the Grandis's RV is where they need to look. Grandis's RV section was so important to get to before someone like a Tim Mullins got to. This here is no different than the Summer Moon Wells photos that we see. This is what we see right here. That might as well be Grandis's RV. Totally. Because that's what they show us. This is what they show us. When we are shown Grandis's RV. Now, the section that I'm talking about, let me see if I could grab this here, is this section. Right here. So this is a great example of how these photos bring me back so I could recognize and talk about this for the children. That this here is no different than the story here. I see a child within the plants like I do back here. Thank you for those ones, you guys. So I'm not, again, I'm going to keep saying it because these groups have great channels. But I have a feeling that I'm going to be using these channels way more than I thought, like this, to tell Summer Moon Wells' story right here. I went back to this and I said, you guys, this is urgent to go dig. Dig, dig, dig on their property. Go dig. And this backs it up for me. Because I see a child sitting in a chair, covered in leaves, and being used as the resurrection to renown or to renew or whatever the fuck they do. That's what I see in here. And I cannot help it. That's what shows to me. Same flowers, all of the same thing, all of the same stuff, I should say, that Summer Moon Wells has been saying and speaking about since day one. So this picture brings me still back to the Wells' very first videos. And I think maybe that's the answer. Maybe that's why it keeps combining the two. Like it keeps combining. Like every time I go over one of these families, Summer keeps cutting me off and bringing me back to Jody Sue Brown's videos. Like I said, Voices Behind the Wall, Tiffany Marie in the interview room, Justice Coming Soon, Ziggy, like all of these videos for that I've saved just keep popping up for me to go grab photos. 'Cause this is what it matches. You're looking at, for me, the front of the RV. So I do see trucks and I see RVs and I see backpacks and I see them connected to these machines. But clearly what I see, clearly, is the front of Grandis's RV. I mean, I can't I can't stop seeing it. I can't stop seeing this. Now, you guys, it's been like many, many months. It's been over 2 years. And we've seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos, thousands of photos. Keeps coming back to the same situation. So it keeps coming back to the story that these children are being traveled by truck and by RV. Equipment. Carnivals. Now, carnivals don't necessarily mean they're going to carnivals. The underground, wherever this is underground, this is happening beneath, like underground of the carnivals. Under the earth, under the ground. That's a lot of them being victimized under the ground. So when I look at these videos and I see shit like this, I'm like, I don't even know how this makes it onto the YouTube channel and no one sees this. It's weird. It's just weird. And as you get into those photos that are beneath these carnivals underground, this is what you're looking at. Non-human. That's non-human. But these children are sitting next to them in these rides, you guys. I I could only tell you that this is beneath the ground. It's very loud. It's loud. But their voices and their screams and everything, here's the child, are being drowned out. This is not a human head. This is a robot of some sort. But this is like a carnival that the kids believe that they're at. That is them, as this is the head. And this is what's going on. This. So the carnivals and the underground, whatever's happening under the ground, the sounds are being drowned out. That's what I hear. They're drowned, that you can hardly hear it. And the equipment on these children is real. I am shown it as if these children are placed with these things on them from the beginning of them being gone. So it's as if the equipment is immediately placed on these children. It's on the necks of both the child and whoever that girl is. So it's not the girl from it's not about this channel. It's telling you that they're in pairs. I said this before. There's older ones, younger ones, little ones, little ones, babies, infants, newborns, embryos. They're all of ages, but they're paired up like so. And these things are placed around the necks. I showed you this in Summer Moon many times. What's around Summer's neck? And this here is something that I've been showing as well since the beginning. These things are in their mouth. Gabby Petito had this in her mouth. They're placed in their mouth, and if you look at it, if you really hone in on the photos of all of these victims, you're going to see a pattern of information. The information is the same. The details and the elements don't change. They do not change. Quentin Simon had things like this in his mouth. All of the Summer Moon Wells children, any and all of them, had things like this in their mouth. Gabby Petito's was the most obvious. And you're not going to hear anyone talking about it. There's no way. You're not going to hear anyone talking about something that was in her mouth that looks just like this. Go back to my Gabby Petito videos. It's one of her main photos. She has this little flower thing in her mouth. Just like so. Just like what you see here. Just like this. And all of this by the head. So these things, they do show up. The adults, it does show up what's on their necks if you look. So really what they do, what I see, you may not see it again. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. If it's there, it's being always hidden under the blonde hair. It may not be there. I may just be the only one to see it. But it's consistently in these young kids. If you look at the videos, the families, now they may not know this is happening, right? But all of these families that have millions of, the ones, go to the ones that have millions of views and millions of followers. They're grouped together as friends. Way back to their families, to the families. And they have millions of views and they all look the same. Now I am allowed to show these pictures because I'm using it under Section 107, the Copyright Act 1976. This child in this situation here does not match the video because these families have a lot of money. And all of a sudden, this child is in this situation in this room. I am giving you the feeling of what I feel. So again, she may not be in this room. These children fend for themselves. They're in rooms and they fend for themselves. The stronger they are, they will survive longer. They have to be feisty and filled with fire to survive. And they're in rooms like this, horrific rooms, dirty, filthy. That's what I see here. That's what I see. I see the different children beneath the faces. I see the Down syndrome. I see the children that nobody's giving justice to because they were sold by their parents. The faces here do not match the faces that I see in the video. I see different children. And what does that mean? That all of these children that are grouped together stay together. They're in families together. They live together. This child here is not the same child in the video. That's what I see. Again, you may not see it. That is okay. This child and this child are not the same. That child and this child are not the same. I see 3 different children here, and they're grouped together as under Summer Moon Wells missing children. No one's looking for them. I'm telling you, no one's looking for them. And they will not be found until somebody goes within these doors of the doors of the doors to go find them. This looks identical to Summer Moon. These eyes don't. They're all different. See, you have to go to the eyes and the nose, you guys. They're different. The eyes and the nose here are not the same as here. They're not the same. The mouth is smaller. And why is it that the authorities don't see this? The mouth is different. The nose is different. The eyes are, they're not the same child. That's what I see. They each get backpacks. And they definitely get masks put on their faces because I believe they do the deep fakes with the children. And I believe the equipment is what is used to change the look. Again, maybe not. But this here, you guys, these are not consistent. You cannot have a photo of a child that's, again, it depends on what you see. These children get masks put over their faces. They get equipment placed on their bodies. They are being really brutalized. Look. If you guys go back to my over 800 videos, you're going to see that all the children that I show you, their necks look the same. Summer Moon Wells' neck looks this way, especially on the fishing boat. Oh, especially on the fishing boat. This is what their necks look like. They get like a elongated neck and they get these things put on them. So here's just an example of how messed up their faces look on the fishing boat. That's one. See if I can find another one real quickly. They're not normal, but it's consistent. It's definitely consistent with the elements that I show. Waiting to see if I could find another one here. The neck. I didn't really want to I didn't want to wait to get the rest of the photos like this, or else I would never have gone on. Because once I get deep into these presentations, it's tough. Let's see. Yeah, the fishing pictures, oh God, they really kill me. Fish. Okay. I'm just going to pull this photo out to the side because when a crazy photo pops up under fish, which I just did. So it just tonight is just very important for you guys to recognize that there are thousands of children that are asking for justice. And part of what these kids do is they dance. I think that when they're dancing, it's a very mechanical presentation. Take it for what it is. It's mechanical. I don't feel as if their bodies are moving naturally, almost as if it's being induced. And this is what it looks like. This comes straight from the video. Like, and if you look at these kids' faces, again, the reason the reason I've decided to really bring in and focus on these families is because I need to create some sort of a normal presentation across the board for each family that I cover. And I can't go on here and be like, I spiritually see all this. They can't do shit with that. I do see it, but I need to be able to pull images and question how these images are getting in here. Images that I believe you guys are looking at. Again, I don't know what anyone sees. And I do see the ones. Thank you so much that you guys, when you put those in there, but I'm creating a conversation that I want to be able to document across the board. So when I move on to a next family, I show these same movements. I show the same children that I believe are disabled and have Down syndrome. I show the same dancing routine. I show the same information like this across the board. And it is across the board. This shit is across the board of every family I follow. So my reasoning is I want to show the pattern and how it goes back to the murders and the got gone children, the Idaho 4, all of them. They have the same movements, they have the same elements, they have the same strange information that is just splattered in there. So if I can create videos that are of understanding to others and show that there is a real pattern that is being used across this social media to show this information, you have seen this shit. So I want to be able to show this and have people be like, yes, that looks familiar. So if I keep showing it over and over and this is what you saw over in the Idaho 4. Adventures with Purpose shows it. It's the same information. So then it doesn't look so crazy anymore. You've seen these children in these situations on the airplanes doing the same thing on every channel that I show you guys. And guess what? All of the children that I show you that are on the planes, fake planes, real planes, have the same elements on their necks that I have been showing you throughout the Summer Moon Wells case. In the videos that I show you videos from, I use Ryan Upchurch's videos, I use Ryan Finding Truth's videos, I use Benny's videos to show you these bits of information. It's the element that stays consistent. The elements on the necks, the elements on the head, the elements that take over the eyes, them dancing, all of this stuff stays consistent, doesn't change. You guys, there is a reason for it. And the reason is they're telling the story of this child. And they think no one sees it. I am here to show it to you to the best of my capability, to bring justice to the children. What idiot would put this in a child's video? Throughout the video, this doll, I don't know what they're doing to the doll, but each child has a doll. Each child has a doll. These children are going through rituals. They're going through rituals. That's the word. They're going through almost like spells, almost like things like that, like a voodoo doll, like these dolls that they each have get connected. I see the child in there. And the doll in this video, what I see, again, it's just what I see, is telling me the story that these children, the body parts, the arms, again, not the same child. I just really hope and pray that people watch my videos and feel the impact that these children have no voice, they have no justice, and they have no name. And let me tell you, I am going to be showing the elements that stay consistent throughout all these crazy loony videos. And one of those videos, not one of them, all of the videos show this one element over and over. Summer Moon Wells and all of the victims, Kylie Rodney, all have this thing in their mouth. Each and every one of them. I just have to ask the ones that are going to be watching this, what about this is okay? Nothing. Because that child's face doesn't even match the child that's in the video's face. Each and every child have the V on the neck. I'm not saying that that's the regular one, but just like that, that's an element. I can tell you that what they're doing with these children, some sort of like a chemistry project. I don't know. But if the world doesn't recognize it's happening, how is it going to be stopped? I'm not here to solve the crime. I'm not here to point fingers on who's done it. I'm here to bring awareness to the victims that are going through this so they get justice. I'm here to show you this information over and over and over, that when you look at videos and see that the necks look like this, pay attention. Take another look at the video that you're looking at. Pay attention when you see this here. This is what's beneath this. Oh, this I've been showing you as a solid. This picture to the left is as solid as a photo that I have of Summer. Summer, this I have one just like this as of one of Summer's last photos. And you guys, it's always in a car. It's always in a fake car. So she might be in a car, la-di-da. But look for it. The videos that they're showing in the deep dark web, in underneath, it's called Deepfake on top, is this. You may be like, Lori, I don't get it. What exactly are we looking at? I don't know exactly what we're looking at. What I am telling you is what I know is this is what I call sacrifice in rituals. And the airways are being filled with it, and the channels that are like reporting on it are making hundreds of thousands of dollars while no one's even looking for the child. Like it's a made-up story. Like the Sebastian story. What the hell's going on with that? You guys, it's like an out of control, crazy, loony stories. But everyone's in the same pot of chili. They're drinking that Kool-Aid over there. And why isn't anyone questioning it? It's such a crock of stuff. They've been on the airwaves, the YouTube creators, for months, and they haven't gone back to even Summer. And Summer is who has, to me, Summer Moon Wells holds the answers to all of these crimes that everyone's talking about. See, this is a summer. This is a summer. I tell you that it's not the girl that they're showing. This is what's underneath the video. These are the children with no voice. This is the story that sits beneath the surface, that is waiting for oxygen, that's waiting to be busted open, waiting for their day. Because all they keep watching is what we're watching. It's been made into a circus. It's stuffed animal back. That's the same thing as Summer Moon has, all the way to the left, with the maroon face. This thing. There's no coincidences here. None. I'm going to get to this in Summer's videos later under the car. I don't want to lose track. So this scene right here, I've seen dozens of times. And if you really look at it, this here doesn't even resemble what's going on in the video. This is what's going on beneath the video. In the airport. And what's behind them as you all are focused in on the child, are the same faces and heads that have masks in all of the videos. So as this is going on with this, to me, Down syndrome child, there are people in this quote unquote allegedly airport that look like this. The ones that look like that are in the videos throughout the videos. You just aren't seeing them in the videos because you're not looking and your eye is not really equipped to see it. So why is it that these great, beautiful girls, blonde hair girls with their babies and blah, 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 you would notice that? Well, you wouldn't, because you're looking at the chaos and this blonde-headed girl is laughing and all that. You wouldn't. There it is. Right there. If this was shown, if this showed up in an airport, you, you best believe the security would be jumping all over that person. This person. What is really important to notice is not only that the child's face gets all screwed up, but once in a while, a different adult appears. And these faces pop out of nowhere. So what does that mean? That they're young adults. So the story is told to me that these are young adults that are beneath these stories and that are keeping this thing going. Because that's not that's not the father. That's not the father. This person I've seen many times. There's particular looking face, you guys, and kind of is a mixture of like um oh my God, what's his name? Cracking Cases. The guy, it did like a picture of Cracking Cases with Molly Golightly and Benny. Like it's a mixture, and there's a particular face that shows up, and it looks like someone that I just saw. I just saw him in one of the videos, but it's not the same man that's in the video. It isn't. Just as when you look into the windows and the mirrors of these videos that I follow, so this is an element, this is an element. It's a head on a platter, and that's a mirror. It's like a window. Again, the adult faces change. This situation is very scary looking. And it does tell me that these children go down under. They go down under the ground. They get placed under the ground, beneath the ground, down under. I show pictures like this because I always tell you that, that these videos have deep fake, and this here to me is the face under there. But what is so strange, what you need to notice, what I'm showing you, is how there are two noses, like there's like a mushed rubbery nose, and then that's on the child's face. So I've seen this here repeats over and over and over and over, over and over and over in all the cases. Their mouths are together and they're like connected like this. There's an exchange of fluids. Like this is just part of the sacrifice. That's all I could say. Not even worth me explaining it, but because it sounds like fucking nonsense, really. But that's what happens. That's what I see. I see this, and I see this man under there. That's what I see. This person here. This person's face is really, really important to me. So I keep that person's face in my head. Like I see it. I see it. And I don't like it. Now, God knows what this is. This is a hodgepodge of faces and heads and ears. I don't know what's going on here, but welcome to the party. I mean, this is the Summer Moon Wells case, you guys. This is craziness, and nobody is stopping it. Nobody. A lot of sacrifice. And these children have these masks on their faces during the process. If I could just keep showing you guys, like I'm going to say, the situation and the elements of information and stay consistent from video to video, that is what is going to keep bringing justice to these children. The child has a mask on his or her face. They're showing the story. Summer Moon Wells children, everyone, I'm going to keep saying it, every one of the cases that I have covered here show this. I will get more credibility each time as I consistently show you these elements that are the same in their videos. These elements are not changing. See this box here? This whole situation is Summer Moon, including the box that this child's in front of. All of this whole thing. FBI agents, all they need to do is take my videos, line them up, and watch. And you will see which you could go look at and go find yourself. There's the other child in the corner. You see how it is? So what's in this small little corner is what I say and I call beneath the deep fake. That's different child. That's not her child, you guys. Period. At all. Just isn't. And then they show adults as well beneath the adults in the videos, just like this. This is the same frame. This is the mom. This is the same frame, but beneath the frame are less fortunate people. It's like this whole thing feeds off of less fortunate people and people that need either money, poverty, but they're less fortunate. That's what I see. The white and the maroon, what they do to these kids doesn't change. And it's in a hotel room. This is what happens. This is what this thing looks like in a hotel room next to the bed. This is what the child looks like. When you go slowly in the video. How is it that you could take the child that we're looking at in this video and they turn into a small black child? They're going to minorities, less fortunate, and this is what this group is doing over and over and over and over. This is supposed to be that is supposed to be this child. Same video. It, really? What I want you to notice is the equipment here in the room. It's the number 5. This equipment here is critical because I've shown that equipment day number 1. Now, this here is the maroon, the green, and the white number 5 box. And you have seen it just like this, and it does go on someone's finger or hand or whatever. But there's the equipment in this room on this. This is all one video. There it is. That's the equipment. Whatever this is called that they're doing, that's the equipment. And they're always in a hotel room traveling. Yeah, orphanages. Like they're just the less fortunate, like children that have been like disposed of. But whatever this group is, they don't change their way. They don't change this. That doesn't change, and that has not shifted or changed in the last 3 years. And they're attached to the heads. See? You guys, these are the children's heads. This is the equipment. This is the equipment. This is the equipment. You guys, this is in the video. It's attached to their head. Well, my presentation just gets better and better. In the videos that I gather from these families, shows the equipment attached to the eyeball, and they have masks on. There you go. This is what I'm showing you. There's the V, there's the heart. Here are the little hearts. This is the V, this is the equipment. This is the mask. This is the shit they put in the head. Those are children. These children are connected to the equipment. Connected to equipment that I call the boxes. These are their little boxes. Like I said, each child has their own box. Each child has their own equipment. This is the world we live in. Every piece of element in this video I have presented, even the little clips in the hair, the things on the neck, on the arms, on the face. The slides. They place these children in the same situations that you could deep fake them and cover it up. So what I'm saying is, all of these families that I follow are cookie cutters of the same story, because all of this kind of situation covers the elements attached to the children all day long. So when you, to law enforcement, when or if you ever decide to look at this, if you go into the smallest window, you will find crazy shit information that is called the truth that lies beneath the deep fake. Now that's up to law enforcement to figure out what the fuck that is. But this here is pretty crystal clear that it's not just a child going down a slide. Always the same situation. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into this either. This would be for the next one. When they do this, all of the families do this as well. And the equipment does change. And the babies, this is another thing they do. They go in the water. They bring whatever this is into the water. Just like this. They use life jackets. This is for another day, I decide. This here This here is basically what I'm going to switch to Candace right now for a minute. Candace, you had a video on the other night. I'm going to give you a reading. So I hope everyone understands what I just did. I just showed you information on a family, one of the families I follow, that have cookie cutter information that I've been showing for 3 years. Okay? I'm going to continue doing that and telling the story of the children using more of their information so I could set a pattern for the law enforcement to understand clearly and to be able to process it correctly under the law. Because they're not going to just go and crap this stuff up and be like, a psychic told me that she sees dead people. Not happening. Not happening. Candace did a video the other night in Blackness. You guys may have seen Blackness, but I tell you that someone could give me a black piece of paper and I could tell you a story about what I'm supposed to see. That's what witches do, right? This here reminds me of what happened in Candace's video. This is one from one of these families' videos. This here, these here in the blackness, this is equipment. This is equipment. See, they tell the story. They love to tell the story. They love to show this stuff in this head, and they love to show all of this. This is Candace's video. You guys may have seen just darkness, and she's like, oh my God, it's lightning outside, and God is speaking through the rumbles. Okay, whatever. To me, what she was showing is what they showed the same night as Summer's Dancing in the Rain. She keeps doing and showing the same situation over and over and over and over and over. If you slow her video down, these lights, like they're all aligned. Like the other videos that I followed, actually like in the Kent families I follow, in the Beeston Bunch, they've all had this. These lights dance. I'm going to show you. I downloaded the video. And this is what Jody Sue Brown showed the night of June 15th, 2021. She showed these lights doing the same damn thing. So if the law enforcement just wants to do something that's super, super easy, go to Jody Sue Brown's video from June 15th, watch the lights dancing in the sky, go to Candace's video that says rainy days and look at the lights dancing just like this. They're in sequence. They go together. They dance across. It's a real thing. So what happens is they're in patterns. So there'll be 3, there'll be 2, there'll be 4. 2, 3, 4. So it just keeps shifting, but they stay in patterns. So no one could tell me that they're just lights there. It's a light show because there's a pattern to her lights. They move like this. They move and then they go back and then they go up, but they stay together like they're dancing. Like they're dancing. So when you see a mother of a child that we've all been talking about for 3 years, and this shit keeps happening over and over and over. The same information, just presented differently. Why isn't anyone noticing? Why isn't anyone noticing and brightening this shit up and really looking at it? They stay together. Can. This is just ridiculous that you get away with this shit. You did this on rainy days. Look, and then they go like that, and then they go long like that. Like that. That is what I've been showing you guys who have been with me for 3 years. I'm like, there's those lights again. What's his name? He doesn't have a channel anymore. Let me see if I could, let me look at something. Shit, oh, I'm gonna look up Beeston Night of video after Beeston that follows. Okay. Because it was the night that Kylie Rodney went missing. And I'm like, that's the night of the party. Wait, Beeston part 2? No. Beeston that follows. Beeston after party. Okay, let's see. So the night that Kylie went missing, for those that don't know what I've been doing here, the TikToks, this was the TikTok the night that Kylie went missing. This is Prosser Party. This Betty Lou did. TikTok has this wonderful thing that they do that I noticed that TikTok, whatever follows that is important information because they bleed into each other. So when you now look at the picture on the top of information on Kylie Rodney, you get the truth that's smushed between Beeston Bunch and Kylie. And there's someone in the fucking car, but no one wants to talk about it. It's right there with the mask on, same as I'm showing you right now. And this, I videotaped this because I'm like, there we go again. So I videotaped this because I knew that this information was important to tell the story, right? But what happened in that video were these lights. Wait. And this is where I said that this was Kylie Rodney's baby. I saw that this was a confirmation that Kylie had a baby. You see this blended in. These photos that look at her hand on the child's head. Understand that that blended in with the red car. As if it was all one story. And this is where I said I saw Andrew Hilt. I see Andrew Hilt here. Right here. This is what followed Kylie Rodney's car video. This is this was to me extremely important information. Why else would we see it? And it followed this party. So these lights were in, we get the video. So many. Oh, got it. The Beeston After Party. This also followed. And what I was videotaping were the lights that kept flashing in the back of their window. And they were in patterns, just like this. They came in patterns of 3. Let me see if the video is in here. So these little lights, I've been looking at. I've been watching them. Weird as it sounds, but I knew that this was important. And these videos don't even look at his arm. Like I said that this was very strange. But these are elements, you guys. Look at his arm, look at the legs, look at the body. It's fake. It's all the same conversation. But these little lights, now this group was in the same California area as the party. This is the same night, allegedly. And I just videotaped what was going on in the window because I just kept looking at those lights. And these are videos and pictures from the Beast and Bunch video that followed. I hope you guys follow me. But it is very disturbing. And it's matching Candace's information once again, because she is the one who introduced those to me during the rainy day thing. And these guys here in their video, which I have it, but I'm not going to look for it right now, had the same things flying across the back of their window. And this is what their video really looks like when you slow it down. It's fucked up. So I saved that information because I'm like, this gave me affirmation that Kylie had a baby with her. And I saw it even clearer as I watched this guy's videos that followed the Prosser Lake video. And what I saw in there was Kylie. That's what I saw. Those light patterns. And Candace just did them. See, look at the patterns. Look at them. So they go, this is Candace's video. They go up and they go down and they stay in a pattern. Look at those. And they move from the top of the sky to the bottom. And they get long like that and they turn green. Just like Jody Sue Brown's video on June 15th. Let's see. There's too many of Jody Sue that I doubt. Jody Sue, Jody and Benny, Jody Sue Brown. Like, I just have so many that I doubt. Jody Sue Dillon, Jody Sue Fake Car, Jody Sue main file, maybe. See, Jody Sue. Oh, got it. That's crazy. Okay. Okay, so I'll go over that next time. This shit next time. So this here is the night of June 15th, 2021. This is Jody Sue's video that she took. And I don't think in that video that she took, the pattern of the lights in that video, if anyone has that video somewhere, I have it somewhere, but I'm not going to go look for it right now. That's where the pattern of the lights are in there. Jody Sue Brown is again one of them that Jody Sue Ben Hill Road. Let me see if this is the video. This is oldie. She gives me all of my information. This is one of her videos that she took. So for instance, this is one of, I'm just going to give you an example. So that's the presentations for tonight. Jody Sue Brown is one of those that June 16th. What is this one? Recording. Jody Sue Brown's Facebook, June 16th. She really gave me insane information that I later turned into a lot of my, what I call elements, right? All of her videos that were of importance, she was in a car. Maybe one day I'll go back over there. But this here was on June 16th. And I tried so hard to get this scene because I believe that this is somewhere on Fred Hill's property. And the information, this is June 16th. Now it could be June 16th, late night on the 15th. So this could be the 16th, but really the night of the 15th. All of this kind of information in her video, I'm going to show you like this. Go back. This here information, there's a reason everything that Jody Sue Brown showed ever, there was a reason for it. Nobody that I've ever mentioned or talked about or whatever had no reason. Everything that has been put up and the people that surround Summer Moon had a reason for everything they showed. And the night of this, which maybe was the night of the 15th, I think was showing movement of what happened to Summer. That's what I'm saying. Right back here is where you're watching. I don't know how I got to this. So it's the movement wherever this is, whatever's going on in this grass area shows in the video. This white thing here moves. See? Watch. See? This here is moving. It's in the grass and it's moving across. I think this is from Ben Hill Road to whatever's faces property, but this is moving. So if I were to take a snapshot to show you that I believe that Jody Sue Brown, you are videotaping this. Wait, let me move the other stuff back away. Oh, I had Summers. I'll go over that next time. Wait, let me move this stuff over. Summer. My God, I have things. All right, I'm gonna take screenshots to show you guys how this is moving. And it moves further, right? And then it moves on this side. If I could just stop it. See the light? See that little light? See now two lights? See those little lights? Let me turn it around. Let me flip it. So here are the things that are repeated. Like, to me, this shit's used. And yeah. Okay, 1 second. So Jody Sue Brown is always showing videos that have critical information, I believe. This thing there it is. This thing that she shows here is moving. Now understand, she's in the dark just like Candace is in the dark. That thing there is moving. That thing is this thing. Oh, wait, let me get that white strip away. And this is within split seconds of the same frame. It's moving. Okay? And let me turn this around. The lights do these flashing things. I turned this upside down. I'm going to show you. Oops. This wasn't even the video I wanted to get, but it's okay. There's just so much in here. There always stuff in here in her videos. Wait. There it is. See it move? That thing. See, it gets closer to the thing. It's moving. So whatever she's videotaping is this. It's that thing that she's videotaping. And then those same damn lights are shown. It moves, and then it disappears. Then see that yellow, well, that's that, and then it goes into this. Let me go this way. So that thing there, someone is, see how there's like someone is waving over here? Watch. See? That thing's going down in there, and then they wave. See that? It's not a bug. That's the same thing as what, see how that thing flies around? That's what Candace's thing is doing. This is what Candace's thing is doing right there. That's why I got this video. That is what I'm showing you in Candace's video. Those lights. I'm telling you, that's what I'm showing you. They dance around. Those lights are going from little teeny ones, they dance around. These things are in Candace's. And they go from little teeny lights and they dance. These things. Just like what Jody Sue Brown is showing. See that thing? It's behind the fence and then it comes to the front of the fence. See? Goes down in the box, down and then back up. See, it's behind the fence in the box. Wait, let me see if I could. I'm going to videotape it closer while I'm doing this. Record. So those little things are in most of those things I've seen in the videos. And it goes, because it goes behind the fence and in the box, and it looks like a little hand or something. There. See? See in that box? See stuff moving in that box? Okay, so now let me bring this video up just to show you guys a close-up, and then I'm going to call it a night. So this is where this is where I'm focusing. I don't, okay, let's see here. So here, watch this thing. That's what we're looking at in Candace's. So those little things are in most of those things I've seen in the videos. So this is what we're looking at Candace's as well. Yeah, that thing, these are the things that fly around. But it's going behind the fence, see? And it's popping up, then it's coming out. And that's really obvious. So that's what I'm telling you. These are the things that fly around. And Jody Sue Brown taped these twice that night. Because this wasn't the video I was looking for, but this is way better than the first one. And because it goes behind the fence, no one could tell me that and it looks like a little hand. Because it goes back there, it's not a light. Like it's not a bug and it's not a light. That is not a bug and that's not a light. So if you pay attention to these and you start really looking at them, that's like I don't know, but it's obviously super important. And then you have the red barrel. This is the red barrel right here. I don't I don't know if it's the red barrel, but this is a red barrel. And this thing is real. I mean, it's back there behind the fence, goes down, goes up. It's still behind the fence. It's over here. Yeah, it's a pattern. These things are patterns, and they're in the videos that I follow. And I pay attention to those. And this is what Candace was showing. See that see how it's flying around in the front like that? Let me show you something. There's Candace's video. Um, Candace, let me see. her video. See if I kept it up here. Not those four, not that one. Candace. I've got a kind images. These are all of her photos. Not in that one. Kitties. 1 minute August videos. She did it in this one too. There's a lot of them that she does that, actually. It's a very common thing for her to do. All right, I'm not gonna. So anyways, that's how they're dancing in her videos. Just like that. Really should find it. Should be on my laptop. It's why I'm Jody Sue Brown video. Yeah, there are things from the beginning that must be looked at, and they're just not talked about. And they're very, very important. You know, like the items and photos that were in the beginning don't appear anymore. I'm going to show you and leave you guys on one thing of Candace and Don. And then I'm going to be done. When you go back to the beginning, look at the information that was in their very, very first videos. And then think about the elements that I talk about and the elements that are within all of these videos. Right here, attached to their house. Now, this here is really down at the other way is where the dog hole should be. The information that showed here in the very first video that was against their house were these little trucks with these little cars, and they had the white poles running through them. Do you know that I believe that this is like one of the keys to nailing this shit down on them? This here. You know why? Because this shit is not anywhere on their property. This is nowhere on their property. It was never talked about. But these four-wheeler, three-wheelers, whatever these are, were moved. You guys, these were moved. And why are they there where the construction was? And prior to that or after that, when we saw it, it was covered in grass. They had grass on that later. Think about it. This is on their property where the construction was. Nothing about what they did and what they showed stayed consistent, but yet nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody. Those white poles, which I call plumbing, it's not a lawnmower. It's not a lawnmower. It's got poles running through it, and there's one, two, lawnmowers don't have those big things. Those are the white plumbing things that show up in these videos. And the way that he constructed this house should have been investigated. So I'm going to leave it at that. Um, and I hope that this brought some justice to the children by going over what we did tonight. It's really important, you guys, to look backwards and to really recognize elements that are being shown in so many different videos. They're consistently showing the elements. Oh, you guys, that is the end of tonight's presentation. I hope it was worth the wait. So, for now, thank you all for being here. Muffin Top, thanks for keeping everyone cool, calm, and collective, and nice and sweet in chat. All right, you guys. Talk to you all soon. Good night, folks.